ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Oh, feels like another one. What you know about that song? When there's something in the air. Hey, it's another one. It's Thursday. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Roundtable. My name is that feels like another one by Patti LaBelle, in case you don't know. And I'm Robert, and I'm so excited that you're here. It's another Thursday, and hi to all my new friends who are here from around the world. Here because Keala Settle is here tonight and Lea Salonga is here tonight. Thank you to them for sharing about it. And I hope you're all here and I hope you're having a good time. It's so nice to be here with you. And if you were brand new to this experience, I'm sorry because I'm crazy. And this is called the Roundtable. And we're here every Thursday with the craziest group of people and the most amazing guests. And I'm so excited that you're here. What are you all saying already? Greetings. Ooh, look, it showed Christine's picture. Greetings, Robert, and all the Roundtablers. Soon we'll have two powerhouse artists. They are here, and they are powerhouse artists for sure. Good evening. That's my husband, everybody. See, this picture looks like heaven because he's married to me. Heaven's what I feel when I'm with you. See? He said, I think we're going to have to get this man a live studio with guests. Yes, we need to tape in front of a live studio audience from now on. Not the next Dr. Phil. What in the name of bejesus? Not the name. Does that make you his wife? What was her name? Not Ally McGraw. She's from Love Story. Robin. You're Robin. Adrian's here. Hi, everyone. How is everyone? Hey, I hope you're doing well. My mother is here. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. And Lattes is here. Happy to be here. Happy that you're here. Mike Melfa is out of work. Hey, friend. Hey. Mike Melfa is here. Maybe he's working. Oh, he's at work. He's listening on his ear. I knew he was going to be here. And Mike is in the house. We're going to talk about Mike Melfa here tonight because I saw Mike Melfa. I'm so excited that you're here. Really big show tonight. Lea Salonga is here. You know her from, everything that's on Broadway. Like Les Mis and the Miss Saigon, Here Lies Love, and the show that she was just in Old Friends, which Christine saw. Adrian interviewed her, and so many shows. And then Keala Settle is here, you know, the legendary This Is Me singer. She's also from Broadway. She did Waitress. She did a whole bunch of stuff. And now she lives in the UK, and she's our bag of crazy. She's a crazy cuckoo bird. And it's going to be a fun show. And next week, show is even more ridiculous. Excuse my language when I say this next part. So like we have Vanjie here, who is absolutely nuts, but in the best way. And then we have the model. Oh my God, my mom's here though. Oh, okay. So I gotta hurry because there's a lot of speaking to do, but there's a model who's an actress who's a writer, and her name is Keely Hazel, and I did an interview with her, and she's on Ted Lasso, and she is also Emmy nominated, and she wrote a book called Everyone's Seen My Bits with a T. So she'll be here. Good night. So yes, hi everybody. We saw Meg on vacation. Yes, crew. And Vange is here next week. And yeah, no, we're not going to say the TITS word, Mom. Good night. Behave yourself. So here's our weekend review featuring Mike Melfa. Here we go. And if you're new to the show, please let me know. Oh, we have a question for you.
It's smoking.
Mandatory answers. Darius said, I didn't know my wedding song, which is called Perfect for Me, by the way, by Bradley Marshall. And he tried to catch me on the pre-show. What was your wedding song? Or what is the most romantic song you could think of? Like, what is the song, if you were trying to impress somebody, if you cooked beef Wellington and asparagus and you mashed a potato and you put on Happy Gilmore 2, I'm trying to think of a romantic movie, and you have Happy Gilmore 2 on, and... and you made a Salisbury steak, frozen Hunger Band, and you were going to put on a song, a romantic song. What is your romantic song, or what is your wedding song? That is the question. There's a reason behind it. I will tell you at the end, and I need you to have to answer. It's everyone. Oh, yes. He asked me if it was the wedding song that I danced to or that I walked into. I did get nervous because I do forget the song that we danced to a lot. I do forget it. But yes, the song we danced. Good night. All right. So here's our weekend. Don't turn off if you're brand new to the show. Here's the weekend review. Anyway, this week we were not here last week because we went to New Jersey, to the Jersey Shore, okay? And it was Darius's first time. There's Miss Vanjie. Miss Vanjie, she's selling socks. Buy a sock. Darius and Mike's tell your godson, Mike, that that Miss Vanjie is here next week. So we it's a good thing you're married already if you were watching Happy Gilmore 2 and eating salad. That's not romantic. So we went to the Jersey Shore, and it was Darius's first time in the Jersey Shore. Speaking of Mike, he wore a Melfa shirt to the Sam's Club the other day because I have one for Mike's 50th birthday. And we went to the Jersey Shore. We flew into New Jersey. See how happy he was to be photographed. He loves when I photograph him. And we went to the beach, and shout out to our friends over there at Nasty Pig, which is named after a dog, by the way. And our interview with David, the owner of Nasty Pig, will be on the Roundtable next week and on during the shows. And he gave us brand new beach garb to bring and wear on it. He sent us a whole box of goodies. So thank you, nastypig.com is where you can get your stuff. And we went to the beach. We got Darius on the beach with my Uncle Bob over there. And then Mike's on the other side. Me and Mike got burnt. What in the world? I got burned, people. I'm not stripping, even though I do. We need money always. I shed like a snake. Don't tell my mother because she gets all nervous. I shed like a snake. I'm new. I'm rebirthed. I'm baptized by the fire of the sun, and I am here. I am here. And this how was Darius' first Jersey Shore experience? It was an experience, is what Darius says. So what I realized is that we went to dinner. There's Darius and my dad and me at the Borgata on Wednesday night. And we celebrated my dad's 70th birthday with my Uncle Bob and him. That, we ate lobster, and he's a kook, and we had fun, and he was very excited that we were there. And we had a very nice time with seeing Mike and seeing my Uncle Bob. Here's Mike. I couldn't help myself with ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT that I wanted them to make us look like the cast of Seinfeld. So this is what they did. Mike is George. The racist Kramer is Darius. That guy, what's his name? Something Richards. Keith Richards. I don't know. King Richard. I'll forget his name. Is Darius Kramer. And then I am Jerry, but that's hysterical. And then we went to the board. So the whole thing is we eat, and Darius went shopping before we went. Here's all his bags of his accoutrement. And, he got all Jersey Shore gussied up, got himself new clothes. We go to a beautiful house, and we sit out, and there they are sitting out and having a moment on the water, and Mike's there, and we're having a kiki and whatever. And then I say to him, I can't wait to take you to the boardwalk because it's the point of New Jersey. You go to the boardwalk. And what Mike explained to him is you don't go to the boardwalk once, you go like multiple times. You got to go to the boardwalk. So we took Darius to the boardwalk, and I go in and I sit with Mike at the water gun, to win a stuffed animal. And I'm like, come on, Darius, Darius, get over here. We got to go. We got to play the game. And he's just there like, the boardwalk, if you don't grow up in New Jersey, I never thought the boardwalk as being overwhelming, but it's a lot of birds and a lot of people and a lot of lights and sounds and noise and crazy. Here's Darius taking it in. He was watching. He watched this and then he came alive. We got him. We had ice cream, of course. And we had a whole moment, and it was super fun. And I loved it. And it made me smile that we got to experience the New Jersey of it all down the shore. He's been to Atlantic City. He's been to Wildwood. He's been to Cape May, which was very Darius. He has not been to Point Pleasant or Seaside yet. I got to see my mom. I got to see my niece. I got to see my grandma. We had a great time. Thank you to my dad. Thank you, Mike, for taking the ride down to see us. I came home, see our baby. I've been taking her everywhere. I took her to Michael's. I took her to the post office. She's sitting over here. She thinks she's a world traveler. She did not come with us to New Jersey, so we missed our baby tons and tons. And then Darius took me out for fancy dinner when we got home, and we had a really great meal the other night. I had some Chilean sea bass, and he had steak, and we've been taking and whining and dining each other out as we celebrate the rest of the summer together. And I started back at work with meetings today, and he's back at work. So we did have a moment where we spent 9 days. We didn't do anything. We just ate our faces off. We hung out with Mike and my dad and my Uncle Bob. We saw my family. We came home those couple of days and we just chilled out and took each other out for fancy meals. And it's been pretty heavenly and really sweet. So it was a great week, a lot of fun. Michael Richards. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it was something. Keith Richards is what I said. And Alyssa said, did you have pork roll, egg, and cheese? He's not had, it's called Taylor ham, by the way, Alyssa. I don't know what part of Jersey. I thought you were from North Jersey, but I'm just saying, you know, he has not had pork roll yet, and he's very populated. It's very crowded. And it was very crowded. The boardwalk was crowded for a Monday night, and all of that fun stuff. So thank you all for a really fun week. I had a great time. Oh, and I did not get a BMW. We rented a fancy car. Mike hated it. It was like my dream car. Mike said, if you get a BMW, I will never talk to you again. That's what kind of friend Mike is. And I said, okay. So we did not get a BMW, FYI. So we had a good week. We had a fun week. Thank you all. If you're new to watching the show, I promise Lea Salonga is coming. Her interview is coming up. Hold tight. And Keala Settle too. So my shameless plug. Are you ready? Let's move it along because I know the interviews are long today, so I'm sorry. And here we go.
Because I'm shameless.
So our shameless plug for this week is all the interviews that are up on Broadway World and on the Broadway Podcast Network. You know, we're now on iHeart as well. So you can listen to us on Spotify. You can listen to us on iHeart. You can listen to us on the Broadway Podcast Network. You can listen to us on YouTube. I hope if you're watching us right now, you like, share, subscribe, tell somebody about the show. Make sure you click the buttons and bing, and hit the notification button because there's a new episode that goes up every single day. We do about 400 interviews a year, good or bad, and they're all up to date and speed. And you can go, of course, to Instagram, and we post them every single day at Robert Bannon, or you can go to the Broadway Podcast Network to watch them and listen to them, or see the video on YouTube. Some interviews that are up this week that were kind of fun on Broadway World exclusive. Jared Spector, who's King George on Broadway, came on to celebrate 10 years of Broadway. The star of Hadestown and Tommy, Ali Luis Bugazzi, is on this Friday. He's pretty fantastic guest. He's great. Other interviews we have on are This Show Makes No Sense. So we had AJ and the Fan Man and his mom, which went really big. We did 50,000 views on Instagram. People loved this chat with AJ and the Fan Man. So that is up and you can check that out. New gospel singer Darius, not my Darius, but this guy, not my Darius. He's got a new gospel live album out that's up on YouTube. Also chats with, who else is coming on? I have more. Oh, come on. MasterChef Live, the winner of the MasterChef, Jerron Hurt, was on, and the guy who's producing the new MasterChef Live tour was on as well. And also Black Bach, who's a piano player with 100,000 followers, who's brilliant. He talks hip hop, not hip ho, which is my drag name. Now, welcome to the stage, Hip Ho. Oh, no, I'm not a hippo. Hip Ho. Hold on. I gotta write that down. That's funny. Was on, and I loved him a lot. I love his music. It's been very relaxing and chill for this week. So there's always stuff on next week. Vanjie is here, and Keely Hazel as well. Then a Love Boat reunion. So don't miss that. Lots of roundtable shows coming up in the future. So Rosemary, hey, that's my girl, Rosemary Giuliano. You're near Ocean City? Oh, good for you. I love it. I had creamsicle cores. It is the best. I love it. It's the best ice cream. If you're not from Jersey, you don't know. I was using the South Jersey lingo since we were down the shore. Yeah, I loved it, Alyssa. That very South Jersey, very South. Yes, Mike. Yes, we did. We got a car this week because my husband wanted to buy a minivan. My husband wanted to buy a minivan, even though we have no children and we don't have kids in soccer. And I told him we were not buying a minivan. And Alyssa says she's Taylor Ham for life. So, okay, you're redeemed. You're redeemed. So hold on. So I am going to click the button and I'm going to disappear for 14 seconds. So when I'm going to be gone while this plays, but I'm going to be back because I have to pick something up. Take a listen. It's my Detroit moment.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. What up, though?
I'm coming back. Ha! I told you all this show was crazy. So my Detroit moment is one of the things that people tell me that they make, and they make this everywhere. They don't just make this in Detroit, but it's very popular here. There's restaurants that only sell this, and I've never had one. So I asked ChatGPT, why is a corned beef egg roll a Detroit thing? Which apparently is a Detroit thing. Did you know? I didn't know. So I got an order of it from the Coney store, which is like the diner. And I have to say that I think the idea of a corned beef egg roll is fun. Now, I don't know if I like corned beef enough to enjoy it. Is there sauce on it? What do I do with a corned beef egg roll? So apparently, Detroit used to be very Polish and very Jewish. And people have been eating corned beef here for a very long time. And then became very popular, and they make a lot of corned beef sandwiches. And every Coney you go to, or there's corned beef stores, or if you go to the Eastern Market in Detroit, they sell corned beef everywhere, like big slabs of corned beef. So the Diamond likes it because Diamond is like literally about to jump onto the world. Diamond, say hello. Diamond is here. Oh, over here, Diamond. Look, if I put the corned beef over here, she'll look at the screen. So, hi, baby girl. Wow. So Diamond, go over here and go eat a salad. So we're going to try the corned beef egg roll for everybody here. Nope, I'm not allowed to give the dog the corned beef egg roll. See, I was told no. So well, it's not bad. There's sour cream and cabbage and corned beef. It's not bad. It just doesn't taste the way you think it's going to taste because it's corned beef. Are people tuning out now? I think so. I would tune out. Why are you here? So, amen to the corned beef egg roll. I like corned beef. I'm Irish. It's interesting. I'm going to pray about it. Let's do one. Let's go to my Hey Friend Hey.
I'll be there for you. How you doing?
Rosemary said the same thing as Darius. Oh, look, I'll eat more. Oh, Aces Disney has those too. Well, next week I'm going to eat bump cake, which bump cake sounds like something you don't want. But we're going to try bump cake next week, so stick around for that. Shout out to Auntie Maureen. It was Auntie Maureen's birthday. She is auntie to Darius and now auntie to me. And I want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Auntie Maureen. Happy birthday to you. And many more. We went bowling, but we didn't bowl. And also shout out to friend of the Roundtable, controversial guest. Many of you had questions and controversies, but he's become my friend. He calls me his best friend he's never met. He's engaged. He has a new documentary coming on Netflix where he's explaining his side of the story and going into the details about what happened with his career in Chicago and if it was a hoax and if it was not a hoax. And he's on a new reality show and he's released a new single that's actually really, really great. And he's a friend, so I want to shout out Jussie Smollett. Jussie's got a brand new song called Breakout. It's streaming, and if you love Michael Jackson and you like that old school sound, then listen. to his single. It's a banger. It's actually really good. He's a very sweet person, and we send him our love and support. And I'm looking forward to all of the good things that are coming to, yes, for our friend Jussie coming out with the new music. And sometimes, you do things and you got to move on, and we need to forgive, forget, and live and keep living our life. So everyone has a chance to create music, art, and make a livelihood in life for themselves. So yes, Special Forces is the show with Teresa Giudice. Scandalous. Jussie with the music. So what I've got for you is we're going to go over the hot takes. So a hot take in everybody's answers. My mom's wedding song to my dad was, "You make me feel brand new. God me Papa do." And my Aunt Fran, who's watching, her wedding song was, "Where do I begin to tell the story of how great a love can be?" The theme from Love Story. My grandmother's wedding song was Tony Bennett and wait, let me think. Tony Bennett. I'll get it. Give me a minute to think about it. And people's answers for this was, Christine said her wedding reception first dance was "Because You Love Me" back in the 90s. Yes, you got married young, and that's the classic Celine Dion song. And the reason I asked the question was because of Adrian. And Adrian's answer, my grandma, "Because of you, there's a sun in the sky. Because of you." That song, Tony Bennett. Alyssa's was "History in the Making" by Darius Rucker, and Adrian's was "A Whole New World." A whole new world, which in the radio recording is Regina Bell, right? And Peebo Bryson. But in the movie, it's Lea Salonga. And Lea Salonga just so happens to be here. Her third trip to the Roundtable. Take a peek. Well, growing up, one of the first shows I ever saw was our next guest. The fact that this is her third time chatting with me blows my mind. I don't know what happened to my life, but I'm going to take every single second I can get with this legend and icon. Her voice is amazing. I just saw her on Broadway in Old Friends. She is stunning. What is she going to sing on this tour? I am so ready to hear about all. Last time she had like this big boy band medley on her live album. What surprises does Lea Salonga have up her sleeve this year? I can't wait. The one and only, the legendary Lea Salonga is here. Welcome back.
Hi. Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
I know you got a little trick up. It's not just going to be reflections of the whole
Don't I
world.
always?
You got something up that sleeve. I can't wait. Thank you for being here.
Well, I kind of always do. And there's always a little bit of a surprise in the concerts that I do. And the surprise is normally, not really for anything except for everybody in the space to have a good time. And so far, I think that the surprises that we kind of have, because we've done this show before, we've done it in the UK, we've done it in Manila, and we did a one-nighter in Dubai. So it's not like the surprise is the hugest of surprises, but yeah, whenever there's a certain song that comes up, it's always like fun and more like how did they think this up, or why did they decide to do that particular song? And it's just, yeah, it's always a good time, and we only do it because it's a good time, not for any other deep reason.
Well, we're not going to give you the spoiler, people. You got to buy a ticket. Go to Lea Salonga.
Yeah.
The
some
full
of our
day.
dates are sold out, but there are still dates that do have tickets available. So yeah, if your actual town has a sold out show, then maybe the next town over or the next two towns over will have tickets.
There's
So
plenty of towns, everybody.
there's a lot of towns. Look at
a
that.
lot of towns. They've got you on the road. Here we go, from Georgia all the way down to Florida, to Canada and California, all across the country. when you get on the plane, on the bus, on the car, in the Uber, whatever you do, and have to, you're not at in the one place 8 shows a week. You're now bouncing. So that's a whole different experience than
It is
doing.
a whole different experience, and it's different because 8 shows a week it does take a lot out of you. And with a touring schedule, your free days are spent traveling, and it's not like you have the luxury of just lying in bed all day until your body naturally wakes up. You've got to have the discipline to get yourself to bed because you have to head to the airport at like 7 o'clock in the morning, which means that you'd better be packed and ready to go. Um, yeah, so there's quite a bit of schedule keeping that is out of my own control. Um, so it is there is fatigue with regards to that, but usually it means I get to travel, and if it's a short amount of travel, then it means that I do have the rest of the day to get some rest and get some food and maybe, take in a fun restaurant that might be in that city that I'm visiting. Usually my manager and I, or maybe one of the band members or something will like go and we'll check it out and try to have ourselves some fun, um, especially when it's a city that we've never been to before. Or if I know that I'm going to a town where I've got family members, um, like in Atlanta, Georgia, I've got numerous cousins, and so I think they're all, kind of figuring out how we're all going to get together. Um, like maybe the day or the night before the actual concert. So yeah, so it will be a good time because especially for that first one, I'll be in the presence of folks. But yeah, 8 shows a week takes a lot out of me. A tour schedule takes a lot out of me. But the cool thing about a tour schedule is that chances are I'll be able to spend time with family and with
Yes.
some good friends somewhere um, on one of those tour stops.
Well, what I was reading about you and I was thinking about you before you came on is that you've been in this business from a very young age. You don't,
Hmm.
not like you're a tri-stater who went to New York to be on Broadway. I mean, you had quite the commute to come to Broadway from where you
Yeah,
grew, from where you grew up.
yeah,
You were not
right.
in Teaneck, New Jersey. I mean, you were in the Philippines.
No, I wasn't in Nyack. I wasn't in Buffalo. Wasn't in Garden City or anything like that. I was in the Philippines. However, there was there was a lot of time spent in the UK doing the original London production of Miss Saigon. So I guess my hop was London to New York, but I had to stop over in Manila because I had to see my family and fulfill some professional and personal obligations. Um, but yeah, it's quite a trek from here to Broadway, but yeah, it's a trek that was definitely worth taking.
Sure.
Um, yeah, and thankfully these days that trek is a little more easy to manage. And I mean, aeronautical engineering and technology has made such journeys far easier, which
Yeah.
I do appreciate. Not No more multiple stopovers just to get to New York.
And how many times a year do you take the trip back to the Philippines and back to the US?
It really depends. I do a lot of back and forth. For example, for 2025, I flew from Manila to New York very, very, very early in the year to start working on Old Friends. We had rehearsals in New York, and then we headed to California and did our month-long out of town run there, and then headed back to New York. And then I flew to the Philippines immediately after our final show on Broadway. So I guess this is kind of the first trip to Manila for this year, but I guess more like the second because I was already in Manila at the start of the year. And I think I'm going to be making one or two more trips before this year is out. Because my mom's in her 80s and a lot of my really, really good friends are here. And I tend to choose to spend the holidays here. Also, the weather is so nice in December and January. Um, so yeah, I'll be on this side of the world. I guess I'm at that age where I'm one of those snowbirding people now. I think that's I'm 54, so that's kind of where I am. These old bones don't deal with the tundra that is New York City.
I hear you. I hear
Yeah,
you.
it's hard. It's hard.
Well, I love that. I'm not going to complain about a flight from Detroit to New York ever again after this
No,
conversation.
no, Detroit gets pretty cold.
um,
It gets pretty cold.
so when you put together your set list for this show, that's everybody's
Mhm.
going to get their tickets, and we're talking about stage and screen and everything in between, all of the dates going throughout the fall and the cold in the cold. But thank you.
Yes, the cold.
You'll be. I mean, at least you'll be in Miami, Florida in December. That's nice.
I know. I really can't complain. And yeah. Um, so I think it'll be a much kinder climate.
Yes.
And the humidity is actually quite nice too. It's great for the skin, great for the voice.
Yes.
Um, and I made quite a few trips because there was a time when one of my best best friends was living there. He got married there, so I made several trips to Miami and concerts and just to go. Um, so yeah, so I think it's a special city for that reason.
It's going to be a great tour. Everyone's got to go to leasalonga.com or follow Miss Lea Salonga on Instagram so you can stay up to all the dates. So your career, I mean, as we've talked about in the past, I mean,
Hmm.
you have the Disney stuff, you have all of the
Yeah.
Broadway stuff, and you have to fit it all into a concert because people know you from all different things. You're a voice.
Yes. Yeah. They kind of do, don't they?
Yes. So how do you build a set list that fits some of the things that we want you to sing and then some of the things that you as the artist want to try?
I know, right? So, um, I try to manage audience expectations. I mean, I will give a little bit of what they are kind of expecting, but not everything. Um, and there have been concerts in the past where I will not sing any of the Kim stuff, but I'll instead sing a song that Chris would get to sing. Um, so if there's something from Miss Saigon, it won't be what folks will immediately expect it to be. It might not be I Give My Life for You. If I sing something from Les Mis, maybe it's not going to be On My Own, or I Dreamed a Dream. Maybe it'll be Empty Chairs at Empty Tables, or it will be Bring Him Home. I mean, I will do the stuff from the shows that I've done, but it won't always be the ones you expect them to be, just because then kind of my artistic side and the let's try it and make the audience happy side are satisfied. Um, as for trying all kinds of new things, it's when I get into meetings with my musical director and my manager, and then we're all brainstorming on Zoom or on the phone or whatever, and sometimes it'll be like, hey, why don't we try this? Why don't we try that? What do you think of this? Let's ask ChatGPT for a suggestion. And sometimes we'll do that, and we'll get this list, and we'll all look at it and go, oh, there's something interesting. ChatGPT has its uses, but I'm not going to
Yes.
make it write term papers for me. Um, that's just wrong. But yeah, so we'll have a list of suggestions, and then we'll see which one really resonates with all of us at the same time, or we get the goosebumps, or we'll get the ooh, let's go, let's do that. Um, and one of those ideas we've actually pursued, and it turned out to be one of the most fun numbers that I get to sing.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see the show. I
Yeah,
to find out what it is. I swear ChatGPT did not come up with these questions. I may have
of
searched your
course
name in
not.
there. It may have made a real quick bio for me,
Yeah,
but I swear.
absolutely. It is useful in small doses, but
Yes.
it shouldn't be a replacement for the human brain as far as creativity and actual thinking.
Who is on the road with you? What is your band like, or your the team that travels with you?
Well, first there's my manager who pretty much runs the show, um, and runs all of our lives when we're on tour. I have my musical director. So Larry Yerman is going to be touring with me. I will have my normal band, Kevin Axe on bass, Ray Brinker or Warren Oates on drums. I'll have Paul via piano, and maybe a few other folks on guitar. And then we have Sarah Galbraith and Andrew Kotson on backup vocals. Ted Mallower takes over for the Houston stop only because I think Andrew has like some personal stuff that's going on that he has to obviously um take care of. So yeah, we have our little, and then we've got keyboardists, and it'll be a lot of fun. And it's, usually this group of people, it's, we're a small group, but everyone is just so ridiculously talented and kind and fun and great senses of humor. Um, and I feel really, really safe when I'm on stage with all of them, because the degree of musicianship is just so high that I never have to feel any anxiety whatsoever that something's going to go wrong, which is fantastic. It's nice to be able to, just kind of lean on the people that you're with, because you trust them implicitly as far as, the quality of the music that they make. It's nice. It's so freeing to be able to perform with a band like that.
Oof, well, and this voice, y'all, you better get a ticket. You better run and grab a ticket.
Thank you.
Better get a ticket. I'm very moved by the idea that you get to travel around the country and the world and see people who love musical theater, who have listened to the cast albums, who have died to go to New York City and see a show that
Right.
you meet at a stage door when they have that one trip a year to see you, and now you get to be in their back.
Right.
That's special.
That'll be, yes, it's fun. Yeah, and I'm hoping that audiences enjoy the tour, enjoy the concert, um, because we all just have fun on the road when we're performing. Um, of course, it's always tiring. It's all, by the end of the night, I'm usually wiped, and it's like, all right, it's midnight, and Cinderella's, coach is going to turn into a pumpkin. Um, so, once the concert's over, I get in the car and I try to get as much sleep as I can, um, in order to recuperate for the following day, whether it's a travel day um, or a concert day. But yeah, I think I had so much fun putting this show together. I had so much fun collaborating on this show with everybody. Um, and the concerts in the UK and in the Philippines and in Dubai, they were all just so much fun. So I'm hoping that the audiences in the US and Canada have a great time too.
We sure will. We can't wait. And tickets are available if there's still any tickets left. So you better grab them fast, because when she's
Right.
on tour, they're gone. On a personal note, I just want to say, as an educator, as a queer educator, thank you for your article in People Magazine. Thank you for being such an amazing mama. Thank you for the love you show to your family. It really moved me when I read it again this morning. I was in tears about my own mom loving on her son, and accepting you are shining the light that we need in this world in that aspect.
Thank you.
Thank you
That's
for
very
that.
kind. Thank you.
It was really
And I
brave.
have a great kid. My son is, yeah, we're working together. We're doing Into the Woods here in the Philippines at the moment, and he's playing Jack. and I play the witch. I mean, what else am I going to play? Right. And we don't really share a whole lot of time on stage together, but backstage is when we spend a lot of time. And I am thankful that the entire cast and crew of the show in Manila have all been such bastions of kindness and humor and love and intense talent and professionalism. I mean, the talent that comes out of this country, it's so mind-blowing to me. Um, so it always feels like such an honor and a privilege to come home to do a musical, because then I get to be in a space with so many incredibly talented people. And in this cast, there were so many people that came from doing shows in the West End, like having done Miss Saigon eons ago in London, or with one of our younger actors having played it in the UK tour. And I think she also had to do it in Denmark, so she had to learn the show in Danish, and that is, I'm sure that that was quite a challenge. Um, we have folks that have been in Here Lies Love, um, in one company or another. We've got one guy who did it in Seattle Rep. I think there's one guy who did it at the Public. There's another, and Ariel Jacobs did it on Broadway, obviously. We have a whole lot of people with serious international theater cred. And we also have folks who do mostly theater in the Philippines. And everybody gets together and has such a good, crazy, wonderful time. And it's filled with so much laughter and wit and humor and love. And it's, yeah, I'm always just so happy when I get to do shows here at home.
Well, we are the ones that are lucky to get to experience what you do. So thank you so much for the honor that it is to always chat with us and spend time with us. It is such a joy. LeaSalonga.com for your tickets to stay up to date. Miss Lea Salonga on Instagram. Listen to the music, listen to the live albums, listen to all the other albums to get ready for the tour. And we'll see you on the road. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me again. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Always, anytime. Are you kidding? You're Lea Salonga. How fun is she? How great is it to talk to her? She is amazing and one of the most talented, incredibly talented people in the entire world. If you're looking for her tour dates, make sure you go and tell her and shout it and tag us and tell us about the experience when you go see the show. Speaking of great, amazing talents, the one and only Keala Settle is here, making her Roundtable debut all the way from the UK. Lea was in Manila when she was on, and Keala was in London. All of them stayed up late to talk to us. Here's our chat.
Well, when you ask me about people I want to interview, people whose voices I adore, people whose work I have loved my whole entire life, I love our next guest. She is amazing. She makes me feel so good and seen, and when I hear her voice, I just melt. I'm sure she is so tired of people singing to her on the street. The songs will haunt her forever. Forever. We may sing to her anyway. I don't even care. She's coming to us all the way from across the pond, as they say. And she's got a great new show that she's in, and she's got so many things up her sleeve, and we're going to talk about it all of it. Keala, you're here. I'm so excited you're here.
Hi, babe. Hi. My name's Keala.
Keala. Did I say it wrong? I did.
Yeah, that's all right. Look, I've lived with it for a very long time, so it's okay. No worries.
But it is such a beautiful name.
Well, it's part of a beautiful name, yeah. I might have a really long name because I'm the oldest of 5 kids. But everyone else got like Ryan. And then I ended up with the indigenous name for some reason. But yeah, it was cool.
How many times do people say your name wrong all the time?
Oh, babe,
it's like your own Adele Nazim here.
There's no numbers. It's really just, you live with it.
How does one go from Hawaii to New York City to be a big old theater star? And you're not originally like, you were an R&B singer. You said you could sing up and down and around.
I mean, that was my original. That's when I was growing up. That's where the release for me as a mixed race kid was. That's where I found it, was in a lot of gospel music, a lot of R&B music. There's a deeper level when you get to some of that music that it spoke to me and accessed a place in me that I was afraid of for a very long time, but really, really loved, and loved to express it when I could. And I think through different situations that I had with my mum growing up, because my mum, bless her, she's no longer with us, but that's okay. She kind of really is, so I'll never be able to get rid of her, and that's okay. That's fine. I've dealt with that. I've done the work for that. Exactly. She had a lot of dreams for her kids, and one of them for me was, at the time, to be a recording artist. And I was like, but we're living in the United States, mate. I can do what I want to do. And basically did anything that would kind of upset her. So, and the biggest thing that upset her at the time was going into theatre. And I said, oh, she's upset. Keep going. So I did it. I kept going and then she passed away in like 2015, and I went, oh, I guess I've done that. But I didn't know what else to do. And so from that point on, I've just kind of been working it out and trying to figure out what that means for me. Yeah.
Working, period. I mean, working out here in these streets.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm very grateful for it. Don't get me wrong, because I mean, the streets, it's very barren at the moment for everyone. So yeah, yes. I'm very, very grateful for all of that.
Did you think that your movie career was even a realm of possibility? Was that something that was on your dream list? You were a bona fide Broadway star by the time you did start.
You're very kind to say that. Thank you. You're very kind.
I saw this. This is so good. I mean, come on. That's it. That's Broadway stardom.
You're very kind to say that.
And then the movie career and just kind of took off and exploded. And what does it feel like when you join something that kind of has a life of its own?
To be honest with you, everything that's happened to me since doing Waitress I'm very grateful to have been a part of that, was post my mother passing away. So she actually passed away during the opening in Cambridge. And I remember just kind of going, well, I don't have to do this anymore. And then all of a sudden, cut to, everything started kicking off. So I'm going to say this and take it for what it's worth. I know I'm not a normal like actor person. I don't have normal like actor stories, or that's such an actor thing to do, or this or this or that, because my life has always been, since that point in time, dealing with the fact that there was a career there that I made up to upset my mother, and then she was gone, and I had to accept the fact that there was a lot of great stuff that I had an opportunity to do. A lot of mates that I still have in my life that are my tribe, my family, no matter where I go or no matter where I am or what version of me exists, all of the versions of me. So it's very much a thing of, at the time I was petrified, scared, completely scared, because I didn't know really anything about it, and I didn't know what kind of impact anything like that would have at all, because I don't know. So I just did it and kind of went, where's my $500? I've got to go back into, I've got to go to rehearsals for Waitress, because we're opening Waitress across the street, and left it at that. And then it's my list of my to-do list, my list of ticking boxes is a lot of, let me see if I can do this. If I can do it, great. I did it. Next. What else can I do? Because it was always ingrained in me to, when someone told you, like my mother, saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, it's like, tell me again, because I'm going to go do it, and I'm going to do it to the ends of the earth if I can. And then it just became a thing of, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else can I go into? What other thing can I? So as far as a list, for other people that are probably looking at this and looking at what they would deem my life or career or whatever, it is a thing of, those are and would be things that are on a checklist of what you'd want to do. But when you're in the moment, you're going, wow, this is weird and new. And when you go into hindsight, that's when you kind of think, do you know what? I do remember as a kid really wanting to tour the world, and I had no clue it would be like this, or like with these people, or you know what I mean? So the universe has a really, if you believe in it, which I do immensely, it just really has a crazy way of absolutely adhering to what your dreams and goals are, even if you forget in the presence of now, because now is so full on, even more so than ever before. But if you stay the course, whatever that means, and just keep going, you all of a sudden you turn around and go, oh, just tick all of these boxes. Didn't I do all of that? And then and it makes space for so many other things that go beyond the industry, you know, or go beyond what you know. Then you start to kind of go, right, case in point, this show that I'm doing, this drag show, which I never thought in a million years I would do. So when someone sends you a message saying, we'd really love you to play the baddest boss woman in the world, there's no one else will ever ask me to do that again. I mean, come on, it's been Helen Mirren, Olivia Colman, Claire Foy, Imelda Staunton. No one's going to ask a Polynesian girl who was born in Hawaii, which happens to be the 50th state in the United States of America, to go, do I'm playing Her Late Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II? I said, absolutely, I'm going to do it, because purely because of who I am as a human and where I come from and all of the things that make up who I am. He was and will always be the epitome of that. And we were talking last weekend, because we just closed the London show and we're going into Manchester, which is where my dad's from. My dad is from Manchester. So I have a very, very, very big place in my soul and my heart for up north, up there, because that's part of who I am. We were talking, and the Queens and I, and Noel and Lucinda, who play Charles and Camilla respectively, saying, do you know what? I think that if Princess Di was still alive and Her Late Majesty was still alive, if they were given one day a week or a month to be incognito and not be who they had to be, they would have bought all the VIP tables. She would have brought her corgis, and they would be getting pissed.
Yeah.
Because it's such a good show. It's such a celebration. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It is literally the show you would never think that it works because of the name of it. And not only does it work, it celebrates the humanitarianism of this beautiful woman, but also there's no lies in it. It's just everything's already come out. We're not telling anything that no one knows about. You know, we're just simply celebrating a time period and a place and people and everything that was happening, you know, all at the same time, and doing it with 5 fantastic drag queens who in their own right have fought their own and forged their own paths to become who they are, to play those different versions seamlessly of Princess Diana, all of the different versions of her. It's beautiful, and it's camp, and nobody, you don't expect anything. When people leave, I mean, my agent left, and like the next week she was like, for 3 days, can't get over that show. I really love that show. Like, and I was like, well, I wouldn't steer you wrong, would I? It just feels really good. And in the world that we are currently in, which I'll leave it at that, we're dying for that. We're just desperate for it. And I've always said that if there's any way that I can, no matter what, if it's to millions of people or 5 people or a dog or a cat or a pet or someone who's in need, if there's any way that I can somehow help alleviate wherever they're at, whether it's by myself or with other people in an ensemble, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. And it is. That whole place, we were just gelling and vibing just because of the experience and the subject matter. It's just great. And I can't wait to go to Manchester to do it.
People can get tickets, go see it in Manchester. And who knows where the show is going to end up, because this show can go for.
Well, they're talking about it. And to be fair, I sort of backed them up on it. I said, look, like I said, this is all, you can find this in Wikipedia, Google, whatever, any of the, history books, whatever you want to call it. But it's just a really feel good show. And where we're at, if we popped in somewhere and just screamed and sang and danced and, like did all of that all over little tiny places, little pockets, not only in this country, but possibly elsewhere. Hey, that's, yeah, I'm happy for that. I would be happy to do that.
I would cast you as the queen. We don't need Judi Dench. We got you.
No. I'm already happy to do it. Everyone's done it in their own right, and everyone has a way to do it. And anyone, I think, who ever gets asked to do any kind of version of Her Late Majesty, that's a massive thing. It doesn't matter how big the show or how small the show is. That was a person. That was a woman who, at a very young age, her life that she knew completely changed in the blink of an eye, and she worked so hard and diligently at it, and was, I'm sure other people will say she wasn't a human, because you have your royalists and your non-royalists, and I'm neither. I just really can relate to a woman who is doing it all. And I know that behind closed doors, they're trying to not have to pay the price to do it, if that makes any sense, personally. So that's a lot. I mean, there are a lot of women these days, especially for Gen X, which I am, going, I'm so lovely that you think I'm strong, but I don't want to be. I'd like to take a nap. I would really like to. Do you know what I mean? It's like, please. We'd love to trust you. So let's get on with it. You know what I mean? Things like that. So it's just a real honor. And it's, for me, because I'm in with these internationally renowned drag queens who have, again, made their own way into who they are and, become and continue to be. It's such a self-esteem builder for me, because I have my own demons and my own, like self-saboteurs, if you will. And to sit there and chat with them and talk with them, but also watch them perform and be everything without taking any liberties on anyone else, but unapologetically doing it with the class and the verve that they do it. It's so inspiring for me, not just as a human, but as a performer, because I know there are a lot of things I want to do that aren't really performance-based, but I know that I will always be that. And I would love to always be in that realm when I do it.
Do you understand the way that you look at them, so many millions of women and men, and the queer community, people out here, theater community, that you are that inspiration for them? Like your work.
Thank you. You're very kind to say that. And I have to be honest with you, I'm probably going to drop a bomb right now, which I have to listen to because I can hear it forming in my head, and I need to say it. The only way that I can and have now done, because there was a very long period of time that I ran because it was just me playing a character, singing a song. And because I'm so good at disassociating and detaching, it was like, 8 shows a week, mate. You go up there and do your bit and then get on the train. You hope it runs. You hope you're on the express, or if you're on the local, don't get on the train that ain't got any air conditioning. Do you know what I mean? And go home. And for most of us, we used to live in Harlem. I know I did. So it's like you do it and then you go. And this was no different. So when the studio was trying to form something around it and make, she's this person and that person. And I was sat there going, hang on, I just played a character. That's what I do. It's my job. I was around a lot of people who helped me hone my craft on Broadway and elsewhere, learning from like Chaka Khan, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Stevie Wonder, some of the greats, Tchaikovsky, hearing all that music. And you're trying to put me in this box. And there's a song saying, don't put me in a box. It's quite bizarre. So I've spent a lot of time. I mean, think about it. So I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out what that means and what that doesn't mean and what I don't have to hold on to anymore with regard to that. And one of the biggest reasons why I did this job, the Diana mixtape, was, like I said, was because of the queens that were going to be on it. And in order for me to be able to continue to do what I do, what I love to do, I have to dig deep. And all of the things that I love about them that inspire me, I have to accept all of the things that you just said. And the only way that I can do that is to look up to them and then see what they're doing. It's very interesting in the society now that is so, I'm the only one, stay away from me. We do this way. Don't touch me. I can do this all on my own. It's like we're the only people in an ecosystem of like an ecosystem that needs each other. And we're the only living thing that's like, don't need it. What a bunch of bollocks. And I have to laugh at, I used to get really huffy and puffy and cry about it, but now it's just like, I have to laugh at it because it will always be that way. In which case my job will never die.
Never. You'll be working for it. You'll be working until
I'm happy to do that because it's also the connection. I need, like, people talk about magic as performers and as audience members. They'll come to you and say, "Oh, that was so magic," and you kind of have to go, "But love, it's only magic because you sat there and you accepted it. It's in the acceptance of all of that, and you feel that thing. That is the magic. I don't create it alone. Again, can't do it alone."
That is beautiful. I mean, it's so eloquent and beautiful, and it's so truthful about the artist experience. You're just doing the job, and you hope that it resonates. You hope you get paid. You hope somebody likes it, and then it takes off and is something bigger. Do you like the UK? Before I leave, how's life over there?
It is. I mean, I moved here in 2021 because there were so many friends and family of mine who were passing away from COVID, and I knew that if I didn't leave, because I have been trying to get here for years, decades. And because I was so young at the time, I was 14, 15 years old, and my mother was like, "Nah, you're not going there," again, because she had her own plans. And so I never went. And then I realized if I don't go now, I'll never do it. And it was a horrifying experience for me once the dust settled. Because again, you can go anywhere and you're still going to take you with you. And I knew that. So I knew that I was in it for the long haul, in the sense of there's a lot of stuff that I have to unpack, and I'm still unpacking it, but I'm at a place now where I can actually come up for air rather than just literally hide away and sort of figure out how to get this monstrosity of an experience that we all call life into somehow compartmentalized, when in actuality none of that is required. And for me personally, so it's a day-to-day thing. The trains here are shit, so at night it's like it takes me forever to get home. So for the last 2 weeks it's been like, but like I slept for 4 hours today and went, great, that's what I've got. My dog's happy, she's healthy, she's passed out on the floor, she's had a dinner. That's all. It's those kind of things. That's all I can ask for, and I'll take gladly.
Well, we're excited any chance that people can see you act and sing the Diana mixtape as it goes on and continues, and we hope to see it many more. We hope to see so much work. I know you say there are other things you want to do, but we love you. We love you.
Thank you. But again, it's also other ways to express my love for you, for everyone else, for the actual human race. It's all artistic things that I'm going into to try and find my way in, because there's some people can't hear this language, do you know what I mean? But some people can hear other languages, like through food or through books or through even, ironically enough, through science. So it's kind of like finding those paths where I can connect to people that aren't just, it's not just this industry that does it. There are so many other ways to do it, because we are geniuses in that way, that we have found those ways. People before us have done it, and we're just slagging it off because everybody just wants to go into TikTok. Let's do this, do an AI. Let's ask ChatGPT what kind of knickers I should wear today. You know what I mean? It's just, it's that kind of thing. It's, what kind of brush? Let's ask ChatGPT. I don't know. Take the bloody chance. Take
the
the
chance.
chance. It's supposed to not go right. It's supposed to not go right. And if it doesn't go right, you don't hang on to it like I have for so long. You learn from it and take it with you until it no longer serves you. And sometimes it doesn't serve you immediately. Sometimes it doesn't serve you till 40 years later. But at least you're learning. You know what I mean? A computer's not telling you what to do. Do you know?
Well, if you're going to feed me and sing to me, I'll sign up for that. Where's that experience? She said food and music. Hold on. I'm ready for it right now. I can't
tell you because I'm in it. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm so in it and really excited to be creating all this stuff because a lot of it is too. I know that it's for a long time I've been afraid of my own voice. And I don't know if you know Jacqueline B. Arnold. She's on Broadway right now playing Mama Morton in Chicago. She is one of my tribe and has been there through every version of who I have been and who I am now. And told me before I left, she said, you have so many stories that you're afraid to tell, to look into, to reveal. And we need those. So you need to go find those. And it was because of her that I said, okay.
Well, we're ready for it. We below us, everybody. When you're watching and listening, click the links. Make sure you follow and follow and all of the information that's to come, all the shows, all the things, all the different ideas, the next generations, the next iterations, and all of that. And now you have other things to talk about. Don't sing at her at the train station. Just say, hey, how you doing? There's so much.
What are you cooking? What are you baking? What's your technique? Like stuff like just when you see me, don't chase me. Just yell across and go, babes, how are you baking your cinnamon rolls? And I promise you, I will answer you across the way going, I'm leaving the dough in overnight. Have a good night. That's what I'll do. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I love you. Your energy is amazing. I can't wait to see you we look like we could be related. You could be my sister.
Man. Come on. Hey,
see,
girl.
it's the glasses. It's the...
Hey, girl. Oh. They are. It's the same. It's fine. It's
my show. It is such an honor to talk to you. We are such admirers in my house. My husband sings your music on the daily basis. We love you and adore you. Thank you for your light, your love, and your artistry. And we continue and we'll be rooting and cheering for you every step of the way.
Thank you, my love.
There you go. Keala Settle. Wrong name and all. I gave it I hate when that happens so much. That was what a show. You stayed late. Next week's show is just as nuts. And this show is always nuts, everyone, if you're brand new to the show. Thank you, Fletcher, for saying that. I appreciate you. It's my honor to have these ladies on the show. A loved her. A loves her and A wants to take a nap too. And I miss you too, Anita. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. You're my good Judy, my good friend yourself. I love and appreciate you. Christine says, fabulous roundtable with two fascinating, brilliant, multi-talented, and fun artists. Beautiful humans. Love them. So wonderful being back with you. Thank you. I missed y'all last week, and I'm happy you're doing well. I love you all so much for being here next week. Vanjie's here. You think that Keala was crazy energy? Woo! Hold on to your hat. Plus, so much more coming up. The only place that Donna Lawrence, gospel legend, and Vanjie will be on in the same month. I don't get it. I'm just grateful to be here. I love you all for being here. Follow me on Instagram. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend about the show. Remember, there's more good than there is bad. The world is really freaking crazy out there right now, but I want you to know that you're safe. I want you to know that you're okay. I want you to know that it's going to be okay. I want you to spread love and joy to somebody who feels like they need to. Maybe you need to be good to yourself. Relax, breathe, treat yourself. We don't have to kill ourselves with kale smoothies and stress. Have an ice cream cone and sit down and watch some bad TV. Turn off the news, turn off your brain, and take a breather. That's a reminder for me too. My husband's really good at it. He's able to just say, tonight, I am watching $1 Million Listing or whatever that shows are with the houses. That's it. There's more good than there's bad. There's more joy than there is sadness. There's more love than there is hate. I thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I look forward to spending the rest of the summer with you every single week here on the Roundtable. I'll see you next week with that show and then a Love Boat reunion for Labor Day weekend. The Love Boat. Blah, 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 blah. the love boat, the best is yet to come. Ooh, why are you still here?